Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades all both home and the diaspora. This now the golden voice of the APC Encyclopedia, the Britannica, the socio-political analyst, the voice of the voiceless, the whistleblower, the lion of the social media, the regional publicity secretary, Southern Region, under the ticket of the mighty, indomitable All People's Congress Party. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, both home and the diaspora, as you know, say the Encyclopedia media always stay for educate, inform, sensitize, conscientize, and raise awareness to the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone on daily happenings and on burning issues, the Mama Salone. So when I stay tuned, when I stay fixed, when I stay blessed, when I stay connected to the Encyclopedia media, for our listening pleasure is absolutely guaranteed. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades all, today is Monday, February the 3rd, 2025. We will still continue on with civic education. Today with civic education, now on the repercussion of stubbornness. What is stubbornness they do to a person? What is stubbornness they cause to a team member? What is stubbornness they cause to an organization? What is stubbornness they cause to a nation? And what is stubbornness they cause to a society? The repercussion, the aftermath, the result, the end result of what we call stubbornness. So, fellow Sierra Leoneans, call your mama, call your auntie, call your brother. Stay tuned and listen to the Encyclopedia media. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, with a big and sound apologetic to we listeners there, because we not learn book, we not sabi talk fine Creole, we not sabi talk good English. So I sound apologetic for any bad English or bad Creole where I talk to the people then. Waiting important, not the message. Repercussion of stubbornness. It include what we call it hinder progress. It damage relationships. It cause what we call missed opportunities, resistance to change, difficulty for adopt new situation. It decrease creativity, isolation from others, and a negative impact on personal and professional growth. A stubborn individual then will be unwilling for consider alternative viewpoints there or for compromise, leading to poor decision making and conflict. The key points about negative effect of stubbornness. Number one, now what the Englishman call inflexibility. Stubborn people and they often struggle for adapt to new situation or changing circumstances, where they lead to missed opportunities and the potential for setbacks due to political stubbornness, autocratic behavior, and disrespect for the people, disrespect for the will of the people, disrespect for the voices of the majority, where they do to stolen election and fraud election. If they give away a setback, now stolen election don't give Sierra Leone a setback of $450 million MCC compact, where for give you water and electricity for develop a nation we don't retrogress from 2018 to date. Now they talk about how stubbornness is due to relationship issues, the refusal for compromise or professional relationship. See today how corrupt and bad governance don't cause political divide, tribal divide, and regional divide, Namamas alone, with a bitter relationship. See how bad governance, election fraud, violence, thuggery, extrajudicial killings, strategic ethnic cleansing, disrespect for human rights, dignity, and political freedom, neglecting the general principles of democracy. How it don't lead we country today to shame, corruption, drug and cocaine trafficking, fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades all, both home and the diaspora. We don't beat our relationship with we international development partners then, and credible donors then, ladies and gentlemen, and authentic international investment confidence. Poor decision making, now stubbornness they do so. How stubbornness they cause poor decision making. For cling to your ideas without you not consider other options then. Stubborn individual then go make what we call suboptimal choices. You lose the people's voice. You lose the people that vote. You threaten them bullet for bullet, extort and exploit money from poor Sierra Leonean citizens, shut them down, shut their voices, criminalize peaceful protest, infringe their survival, close all the rivers there in Sierra Leone for 1 month, say nobody not for fishing. While millions of Sierra Leonean citizens, then they get their sustenance, their survival through fishing. Ladies and gentlemen, as na you na the person we make the rivers them, or na you na the person we put fish inside water, from the not born yet, from your great grandpa them, then they fish in this country. Fish not they done with water. You don't count today. You dey lock the sea. Now you the opener. Like say now you make the sea. Like say now you make the water. Like say the fish the way they inside. Now you put them there. This na poor decision making. Limited learning. Ladies and gentlemen, how stubbornness they limit learning. Resistant to new information development. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't get educated politicians then today when they develop a nation, but corrupt political educated thieves then. When they come for Conco with national coffers then, enrich themselves, go to the West, live in a luxurious life. While poor citizens of Sierra Leone, they die of lack of advanced medical facility, energy, good pipe-borne water, good education for we picking them, great employment for the youth there and the young graduates there. All what they know, now for victimize we, now for jail we, now for kill we, now for torture we, now for ostracize we, now for marginalize we, now for enslave we, now for impoverish we. Because all of them, then are ambassadors of poverty, full of dishonesty, betrayal, divide and rule, wickedness, heartless, worthless, clueless, corrupt, extortive, vindictive, stubborn, cruel, tribalistic, and exploitative bunch of crooks for personal aggrandizement and self-egoism. Now the book down the way they go learn, ladies and gentlemen. Stubbornness, they cause what we call negative team dynamics. A stubborn team, they impede collaboration and they stifle creativity within a group. All the hired pauper team members then, we can Sierra Leone, then come with negative dynamics for can steal, for can kill, and for can loot we country, destroy we ad and democracy, introduce corruption, violence, killings, and daylight electoral coup, and for transform a country to the personal property, introduce bureaucracy and pauperocracy. Instead, for introduce and the education will then go lying under, the democracy will go there under, the human rights will then go enjoy under. For can introduce now a country, they know they do it. Ladies and gentlemen, they can treat we like bush people. Ladies and gentlemen, the same people there will be going to bush for over 11 years. Rebel war can kill over 15,000, 150,000 Sierra Leonean citizens, ladies and gentlemen, for this one great democracy. The same people there will be going to bush yesterday. They say they don't want one party state, they want democracy. Now the same people then car with 11-year rebel war for can restore democracy. Now the same people then today where they slaughter with democracy due to the negative team dynamics. Stubbornness, they cause what we call stress and frustration. Constant conflicts, they arise from stubbornness. It will lead to stress and frustration for both the individual and the one the way they around now. See today how frustrated they want the waiting for elections then. We conspired with them. How they don't frustrated with international shame, corruption scandal, cocaine and drug trafficking scandal, because they frustrate the will of the citizen, then towards the will of the people, for right the people on a stolen mandate, ladies and gentlemen, when the people reject them, ladies and gentlemen, they impose themselves on the people. Ladies and gentlemen, what you go face? Now shame, now disgrace, now hopelessness, now disappointment, now stress and frustration, because democracy, now the power of the people, by the people and for the people. When you take the power of the people through violence, through the power of the bullet, fellow Sierra Leoneans, ladies and gentlemen, comrades all, both home and the diaspora, God listen to them cries. When are the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords? The Bible says, thou shalt not steal. Ladies and gentlemen, when you break that commandment day, you will receive punishment from God. Ladies and gentlemen, it is said, a stubborn fly, now in the follow the corpse to the grave. Most of we leaders then today and politicians then in Africa, then they sleep and wake up now in grave or exile, because they don't respect democracy. Then they accept money for democracy. Then they show say they're democratic. But when they hold the power, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, then they frown at democracy, then they neglect at democracy, then they take democracy, then go throw it at the dustbin. Samuel Kayondo, then topple her, mutilate her, cut her by parts, decapitate her, because he fight against democracy due to stubbornness. Charles Tagbana Kange Taylor, he perished today in a jail because he frowned at democracy because of stubbornness. Saddam Hussein and Colonel Muhammad Gaddafi then toppled them and destroyed them because of stubbornness against democracy and human rights. President Yahya Jammeh then sent into forceful exile because of stubbornness and he don't want to abide to democratic means. President Macky Sall today, he don't self-exile himself because of stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, Corporal Fode Sebana Sankor, Sam Bokri Elias Mosquito, Major Johnny Paul Kuroma, Chief Samuel Sam Inga Norman, and so many other fighters in Sierra Leone, then get the untimely death because of stubbornness, because they don't respect democracy. The former president of La Côte d'Ivoire, when Laurent Gbagbo and in wife, from president to jail, all because of stubbornness, because they don't want for respect and idea to democracy. So the destruction of so many African leaders and politicians then today in Africa is due to political stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, when one door is closed, many doors are open. Ladies and gentlemen, in power, now two things involved. Either you left power or power left you. Ladies and gentlemen, it better for you left power than power for left you. Because when power left you, it will left you disgracefully, ladies and gentlemen. Because political power not the last forever. Not only God, subhanallah wa ta'ala, na get everlasting power. Stubbornness, now the quality where you go determine for do what you want no more and refuse for comply, for do things were needful to a society, adhere to moral ethics. Ladies and gentlemen, you get challenging moral behaviors. You become recalcitrant to legal compliance with force, with babati, with ego, with grandiosity, with superbia and hubris. You don't take to no advice, but you stick to your impulsive behavior. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody were difficult for deal with. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, for stubbornness, bull-headedness, obstinacy, pig-headedness, self-will, the trade for refuse, for repent, for comply, where Englishman they call intransigence, intransigency, impenitency, doggedness, mulish, obstinate and pertinacious, refractory, self-willed, and stiff-necked. Stubbornness now often a sign of insecurity and a way for hold on to a very fragile mental equilibrium. Proverbs 12 verse 15, what he say? He say, a stubborn fool consider his own way the right one, but a person who listens to advice is wise. Proverbs 12 by 16, what he say? He say, when a stubborn fool is irritated, he shows it immediately, but a sensible person hides the insult. Proverbs 12 verse 17, a truthful witness speaks honesty, but a lying witness speaks deceitfully. Proverbs 12 verse 18, careless words stab like a sword, but the words of wise people bring healing. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades all, both home and the diaspora. Proverbs 12 verse 19, the word of truth lasts forever, but lies last only for a moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, however the night long, past no clean. Proverbs 12 verse 20, deceit is in the heart of those who plan evil, but joy belongs to those who advise peace. Dr. Samara Matthew Wilson, blessed, grace, anointed, favored, liberator, Awan Karuba, Betembe, Joseph Wisdom Kamara always say, peace. And ladies and gentlemen, that they shed blood for they get political power, but they do it in a peaceful way, in a diplomatic way, in a democratic way, in a patriotic way, in a nationalistic way, through wisdom, because democracy is about a competition through the ballot box. Democracy is not about shedding blood, but democracy is about the ballot box. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, so he hell bent for change the political narratives and the status quo of political thuggery and massacre. Democracy for be like a football. Then beat you peacefully, you accept defeat peacefully, and you go on the drawing board. But today we get pauper politics. Pauper, now if for win election. The people that reject you, you say no. Proverbs 12 verse 21. No harms come to a righteous person, but wicked people have lots of trouble. Now we see so today. Proverbs 12 verse 22. Lips that lie are disgusting to the Lord, but honest people are his delight. Proverbs 12 verse 23. A sensible person discreetly hides knowledge, but foolish minds preach stupidity. Proverbs 12 verse 24. Hard working they gain control, but lazy hands do slave labor. Ladies and gentlemen, so you know go compare a hardworking techno politician with wisdom, integrity, and prefer a military junta, jobless leader for 23 years of wickedness and joblessness. Proverbs 12 verse 25. A person's anxiety will weigh him down, but an encouraging word makes him joyful. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades all, both home and the diaspora. See today, we say stubbornness don't lead we. See today, how stubbornness don't destroy with peaceness alone. What we don't get for over 20 years, what we don't gain, what we achieve from a post-war country, now from grace to grass instead of from grass to grace. How for no say somebody stubborn? One, na difficulty in compromise. A stubborn person, it is find it difficult and hard for compromise with others, even if it necessary for the situation. Then they feel like say they're always right and nobody not like them. Ladies and gentlemen, then your thinking, then your mentality, now for be the only way. This they call it inflexibility, where they make them very hard for then work with others there and create a cooperative environment. The opposite of a stubborn person, now somebody wey agreeable, acquiescent, amenable, compliant, complying, flexible, pliable, relenting, and yielding. So the words cheap, arrogant, nosy, lazy, stubborn, pushy all get negative connotation. So stubborn mean na unreasonably or a pervasive, unyielding. Stubbornness, na, ladies and gentlemen, na a noun where they characterize the behavior of a human being. Waiting on the danger of stubbornness. Stubbornness, they make we do things there what we not supposed to do. They cut we from others, cut we off from others. Even the one that we want help we, they're not able to help me because we they insist on we own way and we not go admit, ladies and gentlemen, for say we might be wrong. Waiting at the two types of stubbornness we'll get. We get positive and negative stubbornness. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, una listen. The difference between positive and negative stubbornness. Negative stubbornness. Now, when you're wrong, you don't say what you do is wrong. You don't say what you do is bad, but you resist for admit to you wrong. This then call a negative stubbornness. We get what you then call positive stubbornness. Waiting a positive stubbornness. Now forget a firm grip on waiting right, waiting genuine, waiting justifiable, waiting you know say this is wrong for correct time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not positive stubbornness. But unrighteous people, then they always twist the fact. Ladies and gentlemen, now it make positive stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, they always be adamant until waiting wrong is corrected. For example, the true presidential candidate of the June 24, 2023 elections at the Republic of Sierra Leone, the APC presidential candidate, and the SLPP Paupa presidential candidate. The SLPP Paupa candidate, presidential candidate, is still with election and became negatively stubborn for relinquished power. While the APC presidential candidate will win the election, then tip the election in hand by ECSL and the one who appoint the chief electoral commissioner in a daylight electoral coup. So the APC presidential candidate, he become positively stubborn for electoral justice and accountability. So this then call her, ladies and gentlemen, positive stubbornness versus negative stubbornness. Now we do so today, na salon. Now don't wreck we country so. So negative stubbornness, ladies and gentlemen, now a bull-headedness mentality, a pig-headedness mentality, a self-will, obstinacy, and recalcitrance. While positive stubbornness, adamant, determined, dogged, headstrong, inflexible, ornery, persistent, relentless, rigid, single-minded, steadfastness, tenacious, tough, unshakable, indomitable until the needful is done. Ladies and gentlemen, you give to Caesar what rightfully belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. You don't go forcefully take what belongs to somebody with a gentle-mindedness behavior when a negative stubbornness. You expect that person dey for tinap, he no fight for his right. So some people then, for their rights, they know they respond with violence, with boss, with war. Because some people then tell we say rig election they lead to war. But today, in this case, they respond a diplomatic, what we call a positive stubbornness. Hello, Sierra Leoneans. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades all. So being negatively stubborn, na a sin. Samuel described negative stubbornness as iniquity, na the Holy Bible. When you see iniquity in the Old Testament, it often refers to the inherited sin, we get passed from generation to generation. The very nature of sin, na negative stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, where the pauper inherited from Sir Albert Magai, the Ndogbo the Gwenwen, the Hindo, the Jongobla, the Bolate, the Yamoto, the Rebel War, and the Kamajo. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, we don't metaphors today to pauper. Ladies and gentlemen, stubbornness na a weakness or not a weakness? Contrary to naive judgment, stubbornness, ladies and gentlemen, it not merely be opposite of weakness. Rather, it is serve as a preventive behavior where they stem from fear of weakness of will. Weakness of will and stubbornness could be viewed as two facets of the same phenomenon, both influenced by what we call pessimism. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't get a clear picture of the fact. You always see things that in bad way. You know they see that in a good way. So you always see things that in pessimism than in a bad way, and not optimism, where they see a clear picture of something. What do they cause? Negative stubbornness. We get many reasons why people they become very stubborn. But one of the important reasons it be to insecurity factor. As the individual will get a fear of losing control over something or power or portray as weak. All the factors there, it create a person for let it show a dominance and refuse any kind of change in his life, seeking political immunity of office, for bulldoze accountability, for massive killings, human rights violation, and other crimes then committed against the citizen, thinking that political power they last forever. Emphatically no, for hangman can be hanged, even the executioner can be executed. The law is supreme. That is why every country for be governed by the rule of law and not by the rule of man. But some African leaders there, where they hold power, if you like say, now their family property, now their inheritance, then go in a power, then die. When they need a power, then they take bad decision, then they kill, then they jail their citizens there, then they wicked their citizens there, then they exploit their citizens there. Where he left power now, he left as an ordinary citizen. Now that time they feel the rigors of stubbornness. The constitution give you power. It give every country power. Ladies and gentlemen, and a constitution they make you get power. Now I make always ECSL they say according to according to social article in the constitution or social section, I declare somebody as president. I appoint somebody as minister. Ladies and gentlemen, subject to the approval of parliament. I appoint somebody as an ambassador, subject to the approval of parliament. Somebody don't contest election according to section now end up become a honorable member of parliament. All them power then you get them through the constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, that same constitution where they give that power where you come, you the bastardizer, you the amender, you the repealer, you the ostracizer, you the setter to your own convenience. Ladies and gentlemen, now the same constitution where you finger yesterday, where you tamper, where you alter, where you amend, where you repeal, where you set to your own convenience. Now they bring you back to what we call accountability. Ladies and gentlemen, because the national constitution overrules dictatorship, tyranny, unconstitutionality, recklessness, lawlessness, authoritarianism, and totalitarianism. A fool looks in the mirror and trusts the person he sees, whereas a wise person looks in the mirror and remains skeptical of the person he sees. So this world is like a mirror. It reflects to what you do. How forbid a stubborn person, stylish and acrobatic politics, Number one, not be so confrontational with them from the start. Number two, agree with them on some point for gain their own trust. Number three, use logic and reason for make you case. Number four, appeal to their emotions sparingly. And number five, not get emotionally or emotional yourself. Number six, get the will for compromise with dialogue. Then automatically, when you conquer, you wrap up. These are the wisdom, where is excellency in waiting. Dr. Samura, Matthew, Wilson, Blessed, Grace, Anointed, Favor, Liberator, Owen Karuba, Betemben, Joseph, Wisdom, Kamara, use for trap both the corrupt APC leadership and the SLPP Pauper electoral thieves through a tripartite committee on the agreement of national unity. Today, all of them, they don't entrap them by their folly, by their stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, with a man of peace, dignity, wisdom, and patriotism, fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades all both home and the diaspora. Blessed are those who fear to do wrong, but the stubborn are headed for serious trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, we get individuals there where they still act like say they're not picking, but then are matured people there. Then are full-grown people there. They are well educated, but they act like a child. If you act immature or in a bratty way, you don't become childish. And negative stubbornness, not a childlike behavior. In the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran, negative stubbornness is surrounded by other challenging words then, such as proud, rebellious, unfaithful, greedy, selfish, lack of empathy and sympathy, obstinate, recalcitrant, and defiance. None of their attitude they are, then they in line with perfect love. They are tyrannic defensive mechanism where people then they use for avoid or for cope with conscious conflict or anxiety. Waiting at the power of negative stubbornness. The power of negative stubbornness, they come from great survival skills and great destructive energy. This then call a somatic experiencing in psychotherapy. Waiting at the bad side of stubbornness. Negative aspects there. It hold on to a goal even when it is no longer prudent for do so. And it get a hard time where they let others then for contribute, for they in charge, stepping other people there as if you're not the one great person that you get that country there. You they let stubbornness dictate your action and cause challenges there, where they ruin relationship, where they bring pain to everyone in the country. But according to Psalm 32, as stubborn as a mule, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leonean listeners all over the world, how God they deal with stubborn people. God they resist the proud, and they humble the one day. We're not humble. God they humble them. Ladies and gentlemen, physical behavior, they also be present and often now unpredictable nature due to poor emotional regulation. An emotionally immature person, they often act on impulse rather than thinking ahead. This then call a childish mentality in psychology, ladies and gentlemen, or in psychotherapy. How you they call somebody where they talk to you like say you not in Pekin or you not men Pekin or you not a child. Ladies and gentlemen, Englishman call her condescension. Condescension now an insulting way for talk to other people there as if they are stupid or ignorant. Condescension now a rude and a patronizing way For example, you call people there, say you citizens there, say they are jumpy and terrorists. Ladies and gentlemen, this statement is condensally provocative. Ladies and gentlemen, condensatially provocative and insultive. People then, when they misbehave as if they not get picking there, where they succeed them today, where it come, if they do bad, destroy people there, damage people there, you know the members say, this power I get, not to forever, la will fine, la left a good legacy, I get for die tomorrow, me picking and they left, how will left me picking them? But you eat your power, you eat your picking and power, you eat your great grand picking and power. Tomorrow you picking them, then they point fingers at them. Ladies and gentlemen, people then they behave like say they're not born picking. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, you they eat all, even a crunch. You know the left hand for you picking them. Any generation yet unborn. Ladies and gentlemen, after you go, you don't finish the family there due to your negative stubbornness. So somebody will not get picking there at all, then call her a child-free person. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, we get people that when they think like say, act like say, then they in authority over everybody. No one like them. Wait till them talk, now in a final. Wait till them put now in a final. They know they follow the law. Then we say then they above the law, but wait till them tell we. The 1991 Constitution, now in the supreme law of Sierra Leone. Now they make you become president, minister, honorable, ambassador, and everything. But people then feel say that they above the law. People then think say nobody like them. People then think say authority over all things and all people. Ladies and gentlemen, where they actually get none. How you they call them kind people then they? Them people then they, them pretentious, ladies and gentlemen, them pompous, now usurper them, now posers them, now chalachan with pride, grandiosity, arrogance, hubris, superbia, ungrateful, rascal, selfish, egotist, egoistic, stubborn, recalcitrant, duplicitous, betrayal, antagonistic, suppressive, repressive, oppressive, tribalistic, two-faced, two-tongued, luciferous, and exploitative. Ladies and gentlemen, so we will continue on the civic education for educate, inform, sensitize, conscientize, and raise awareness to the people of the Republic of Sierra Leone, waiting at the repercussion of stubbornness. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Sierra Leoneans, when I feel free for share, God bless and long live the mighty, indomitable All People's Congress Party. Forward ever, backward never, until the prize is won. For in the cause of the people, the struggle continues unabated. La vie n'est pas compliquée, c'est quelqu'un qui complique la vie. La vie est un combat. La mort est inévitable et la vie est temporaire. C'est-à-dire, les gens oubliés, mais les parents de la victime n'oublient jamais. Mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, je vous remercie beaucoup de mes écouter et je vais vous présenter l'historienne et le rapporteur de APC, Encyclopeadia.